Good morning.
And good morning. And today we hate Jack 7. Don't confuse this with Jack's forward forward 1, which is safe. If you see the jab in the pound, you could punish. This move changed from the previous installments. Now a high will always follow this mid. If the opponent finishes it, you have 14 frames to interrupt. You can also duck the second punch. The stop sign has small pushback, so it can cause you to miss. I do this move accidentally all the time. Punish it. If done at maximum distance, it's not punishable. It has a lot of pushback to punish, but if done while you're against a wall, then it's no problem. If you're quick, you can duck after the first punch. Sometimes a player might accidentally do this move and then stop. You can still put in a small punish. This move is quick, but if you see it, you can duck in time. Even though this move is negative a million, people still do it. If somehow only just one hits, you can still punish heavily. This move causes a lot of pushback, so as usual against a wall, you can punish it. Unfortunately, I couldn't find the exact frames when he rolls forward or backwards from this, and I feel like there's a better punish that I couldn't think of, but you might find a better one. Even when hit by these, you can still punish it. Give this one a little time before launching, otherwise it's gonna float. The third low punch tends to miss, and you could get an attack in there. Every punch out of these 4 punches are negative 11. Weird punish frames. If he ends it on a right kick, it's negative 16. If it's on a left kick, then it's negative 19. Jack 7 can end this with either a high attack or a throw that will grab crouched. You don't even have to bother with this mix-up, just hit him out of it. You have 10 frames to add in an attack. I seriously doubt anyone will use this while you're on your feet, but if somehow the stars align, know that it's negative 15 with some pushback. This big launcher has a small pushback, so if it barely hits you, you might miss. People only use this to end the round, and it's still risky, because it's a negative a million. And you can also punish even if you get hit by it. But I don't have the exact frames for it, but know that it's still a negative a million. I wish somebody had a link to TCC soundboard. I wanted it for this debug. I didn't think that would reach. Hey, it did. I hope this video proves that just because you see the character's negative frames in my videos, it doesn't make the character bad. Many of the moves are situational and still have many other moves that are safe. We know Jack has been a very solid character since Tekken 5, and even seeing these negative frames, you know that he's good. Sometimes people use this as a mix-up by not doing the last high punch and by doing a mid instead, but you can still punish it. Look what I had to do to test the frames. It's negative 19, so it's gonna be risky for a Jack player to do this. You can interrupt this move within 17 frames or less. Also, if you rise quickly after ducking, the second hit might whiff. If you duck long enough before you rise up, then it will hit. It's negative 18, but just like the others, it has pushback. This too has small pushback, and against a wall, you can punish a little better. His 10 hit only has one thing to watch out for. After the helicopter arms, the last two hits will be different. It will either be a mid-mid or a low-mid. It also does that whiff if you rise quickly. I normally upload at 2 PM on Tuesday for Tekken, but since I'm late, I'm gonna add a few more things. You absolutely must avoid blocking this high. It's negative 21 for you, and he can launch you if you block it. If Jack does the low punch series from crouch, every single low punch is safe on block. This is probably the most common unblockable because it's usually done by accident. It has a weird hitbox, so if you're in the air, you won't be hit unless you're low on the ground. You can't jab or kick him out of the air like the other aerial moves if you're on the ground. This situation has happened to everyone. You're negative 6 after the air elbow. I see opponents use the entire low hit string, so you can either wait for the third one to miss or counter after blocking the mid. The minus million attack is actually very dangerous. It's an all or nothing that can punish far away moves. It can also combo into things that you normally can't combo. The third low punch won't miss if you got hit by the first two against the wall, but you can block after the second punch. The crouch version will combo if the third punch hits you for a wall splat, but also be aware that the range is much shorter. As said before, I'll look into interrupting the second part of the rage drive, but it's programmed where if you block the low, you will always block the second punch no matter what you try. So during these tests, I've tried walking forward, jumping, parrying, ducking, everything. and has made it so that you won't be hit by the mid because of how quick it is. So sorry for uploading late. It was midnight and I had to get up at 7 a.m. for work, so I decided to hold off. I just came back from an anime convention and I cosplayed Lucio from Overwatch, that Cauldron guy from Ben Foddy's Getting Over It, and English Kun from Iron Fortress Canterbury. My friend Natalia made a music video of the convention, but unfortunately I'm not in it. The link is on the right side of my screen. The top video is a previous punish guide for Gigas, and the bottom is a silly